conference will now be recorded.
Yes, thank you. So this is the exact execution with the detailed screenshots and everything. So if you can see, it was around 5 minutes where we have inputted all the details. We have made one end-to-end scenario run, and we have used the test data, and even the report has been created. So this is the benefit of doing the automation. Let's just talk about the features and other benefits of the Tosca. Okay, so firstly, this particular tool of automation testing, Tosca has been launched by a company called Tricentis. They have multiple different tools for different applications. Like we have the Tosca, we have the Tricentis test automation, we have Q-test, different many tools are there. Okay. Now, what exactly is the automation testing? So basically, test where we will be using a tool to scripted launching any import, whether that particular application is user friendly or not, whether that application is free of bugs or not, because launching a default application will be something which will not be a good impression of the company in front of the clients, right? Now, what exactly are the benefits of automation testing? So, firstly, it will ensure that the software quality is maintained very well. Then, the speed and the efficiency. Obviously, if we are doing something manually and if we are doing something in machine, that will definitely affect the speed and the efficiency. Then it will save the human efforts because we will be working one time and using it multiple times, right? Then it will reduce the testing cycle time because, as you saw, like within seconds, it will execute the test cases and the scripts. Then it is cost effective because we have two uh, limitations in this. One is that we can uh, buy the application, which is more preferred by the big companies. Otherwise, people use the trial version, which is as good as the paid version, but we have some limitations to it. Now, why only the Tosca application? So, firstly, it is a scriptless tool, which is the most beautiful feature of it, because learning codes and implementing codes is little difficult being a layman. But here we don't have any kinds of coding in something. Then secondly, it is something which is easy to learn and with like efficient test cases we can create using the minimum skill sets. Okay. Then the best feature is we get the auto-generated report from the application itself. And the beautiful feature is model-based testing. Now, what exactly is model-based testing? When we are trying to automate any screen, we have to extract the technical data of that screen. For an example, we are trying to automate a Facebook page, okay? A Facebook login page. So, most importantly, for the login page, it is very important to have the username, to have the password. But what if I tell you that I have already created a sheet where you are getting the username and the password? What you need to do is just input the values to it. So that will be definitely more easy, right? So that's what we say model-based testing means we have pre-created modules ready with us, which we just need to drag and use them in our test cases. Then it is a market leader tool as SAP has joined hands in hands with Tricentis. So it is definitely they are partners, so they are supporting more and more of features in the Tosca application. Then this test data, which we have already seen how we can fetch multiple large, vast amount of data from an Excel sheet and implement it, right? Then we can perform different types of testing using the application, that is functional testing, regression testing, API testing, and other kinds of testing. So now talking about the licenses which we are having with us. So Tricentis provides us with the two different types of licenses. One is the cloud license, that is a floating license that can be used by the cloud hosted license server. Means when we will be working on the application, we will be using the cloud license. And one is the on-premise license, which requires a big setup, which is something which is owned by the user, which have to be which needs an amount to be paid to get the access to the on-premises license. Now, user can request a license by completing the purchase of the Tricentis Tosca license server or by responding to an email. So this is something which the companies do. They request for the license, they purchase the license, and they use it. But it requires a huge setup. Okay, so now we have different engines in Tosca. So two types of engines are there. One is the classic engine and the other one is the T-box engine. So classic engine was something which was there in the previous version, and the T-box engine is something which is there in the new upgraded version. So here we are going to work in the T-box engine, which is the latest version. Earlier in the classic engine, it doesn't use to support that much fast execution. But now with the T-box, we are able to execute the scenarios within seconds. So that's all we are going to cover. And apart from this, I would like to focus something like how exactly your career will look like. So minimum starting salary of a Tosca automation tester who is master in just the web application is the starting 6 LPA. And again, it depends upon the performance, right? But SAP with Tosca, if you are someone who is already mastered in SAP and now learning a Tosca, then 15 LPA to 18 LPA will be the minimum skill. If you are working as a SAP consultant, functional consultant with a salary of this range, then definitely with the Tosca you will be getting it doubled. Again, all these are just the numbers and just the figures, depending upon how well you present yourself. But I can give you this much assurity that after completion of this particular webinar, this particular Recentis Tosca curriculum, you will be in a good position to represent yourself as someone who is having an experience of 2 to 3 years. Okay. Apart from that, I will be helping you with some interview questions, which will help you to uh, get prepared. And if you need any kind of assistance, we are always there. So now the session is open to you all. If you guys have any kind of doubt, any questions, please feel free to ask.
Yeah, Sheetal, thanks for the session. It was crisp and detailed explanation. And is it possible to do any non-functional testing with Tosca?
Definitely, we can do the functional testing with the task application.
No, no, I'm asking non-functional.
Non-functional testing. Okay, so non-functional testing means what exactly is the requirement of the client? Depending upon that, we can do.
Yeah, mainly on the performance basis, like what we do in the other non-performance tools like LoadRunner or Jmeter. So
Yeah, right. So, yeah, load testing and all can be done in the Tosca application. Apart from that, for example, if you want to do any kind of non-functional testing, that also can be done.
yeah, thanks, Sweet.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yeah, tell
Okay.
me, Rajesh.
I have two questions, ma'am. The first question is in my I have an organization ID, but it is well restricted, so I can't use my ID for installing the Tosca. So I believe that we need a organization ID to install the Tosca in our system. So is there any other ID you guys will be providing, supporting us to install in our system?
Yeah, yeah, definitely I can help you with that.
And the second
So,
question is like in my organization, they recently bought this. We are migrating from Selenium to the Tosca.
SAP.
So no,
Okay,
not in SAP. It's in a UI. We have the React JS as an UI, and we are using
okay,
the Selenium with Python for the existing script are in that one. So we are migrating it to Tosca. And when they bought this one, when we are doing the POC, the main reason they bought it saying that Tosca is a AI supported tool. So, what in where it how it supports AI, and I mean in the testing perspective, what it does actually. When we say AI supported tool, what it does
yeah.
actually.
Okay, so if you remember, I have said you that in the curriculum we are going to uh, see one feature that is record and playback. So that is just a feature in the Tosca, which still I can say we cannot rely much more, but that is the feature where AI comes into picture. Otherwise, everything, whatever we are doing, will be something, it is an automation for the execution. But for creation and for scripting, it is a manual process. Okay. So, as you are saying that it is a AI based tool that you have heard, that is absolutely right. But it has limitations. Limitations as in we can create the simple test cases and all, but it is not that much reliable as of now as compared to the version which we will be using. So definitely we are going to have one session of that, just a session where we will be telling you how we can use the AI, not exactly AI, but the automation, where we are just going to like how normally we are doing the conversation. The same way we are going to just command the application that record playback feature, and it will be creating the script for us. Just that will be the difference.
Okay. I may ask one more question. I know that others are waiting. This would be my last question.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
sure.
when we are using Selenium stuff, the softwares like that, usually we use frameworks. Say for example, if there are 150 test cases, we have as a single suit, right? And then we will among these 150 test cases, 50 test cases might be the regression test cases, and the others might be the sanity test cases. So based on our need, and we will be executing only the selected test cases. Like we use the framework like TestNG to execute the selected test cases. So do we have any frameworks, predefined frameworks like that in the Tosca?
Yeah. So we in Tosca we use the agile framework, and apart from that we have the templates. Now, what happened? For example, if it is a project which is a lengthy project or a project which requires multiple people, right? So we have workspaces, that is multi-user workspace where all the people will be working together. Okay. And for example, if the client has already getting some work done from a different company and they are now feeling to migrate it with you, so what they will do, they have the pre-created templates where we have these standard modules already designed. So those modules, those templates, we will be using and finishing the work.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah, thank you, Rajesh.
I I
Yes,
have
Sashi.
a quick question like whether you will be help us for completing AS1 and AS2 certification?
Yeah, for that, helping as in Shashi, I can say that whatever we will be learning throughout the sessions will be more
Yeah,
than
we can do,
sufficient.
but yeah. Okay.
Yes,
And this trial version, right? The installation and registration, it will be for only 14 days, as per my understanding. So after
yes, it will
14
be for
days,
8,
yeah,
not
so
14.
after 14 days, we can use some other mail ID and registered from the starting, or how we can proceed? Like within 14 days, it will be tough to complete all these, right? All these modules. So
Huh.
what we can do for that?
So basically, what we are going to do is we are going to tell you the start to end process to you people. Okay. So after that,
Mm.
you will be in the position to work it and it will be available with you for just 8 weeks. After that, if you want access, then I will be providing you the another details, login, credentials, which you can use for more 8 weeks. That help I can provide from my end.
So is it 8 weeks? Can you repeat once again?
Yeah, it's 8 weeks.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So this this training is for 30 hours, right? So after this 30 hours, like after a month, if we have any doubts on any of the modules, whether we can contact you.
Yes, yes, definitely. I will be there to support you people.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Any other questions?
Yeah, hi Sheetal. Thank you for the demo. So I have a
Yeah, hi.
question regarding the certification you mentioned. If we don't have any company email address, so it can't be done with any personal email address.
No, it will be difficult to do the certification with the personal. What happened, like earlier, it was possible we used to do with the personal mail IDs, but now after upgradations and all, we are now restricted to use just the company mail IDs.
Okay,
But anyhow,
okay,
whatever we are going to do in these sessions will be more than sufficient to tell yourself as a certified person who is having a knowledge of AS1, AS2, SAP Functional Consult, Fundamentals, API, uh, and then TDS. So these all will be the 5 certificates that we will be covering, and more than those certifications which they are providing, we will be covering the things here.
okay, okay. And my second question is, whatever the action modes and buffers you will be teaching us, that will be on the web application or on
Yes.
the SAP platform. So SAP platform will be
So
just an overview, right?
everything. So basically, what we are going to do So is, if you can so see, it was first try around to five understand that steps having where the we will be basic using a understanding is very it will important. ensure So that the the basic
Yes.
basic quality is understanding, we will be maintained very starting with well. the web Then applications. the Okay. speed
Okay.
and the Once we are having efficiency. a good Obviously, if we are hands-on doing in the web something manually and application, if we are we doing will something switch to the in SAP. machine, There that we'll will giving you an definitely overview, affect the and I will speed be and the asking you efficiency. to do the automation on your own. Then And if you it have will any save the kinds of human doubts efforts or because we will any kinds be of question, then working definitely one in the time next and session we using will it be first multiple clearing times, the right? doubts and then Then taking it it will forward. reduce the testing Okay. cycle time So it will because be something as you which you will saw, be like learning within and implementing in the SAP seconds, it will also both. execute the test cases
Okay. Okay. Fine.
and every
And
day we
and
are going to have one 5 to 10 minutes open session for each one of you. If you have any kinds of doubts, any queries, definitely we can discuss them.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. And one last question. And the API and mobile application, it will be covered or it's just an overview.
API will be the basics, and
Okay.
mobile application, again, as I said, that once you are able to automate a web screen, then you can automate any screen.
Okay. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Anyone else?
Hi, Akash here. So,
Yeah. Hi.
only one. Yeah, only one thing I need to understand. So post 30 hours, this 30 hour sessions is recorded on, correct? So
Yes.
for that purpose, you are providing lifetime access for the recorded sessions or some limited period?
That you need to check with the Isha Institute, but mostly, as per my experience, they will be
Mhm.
providing you lifetime access to those recordings.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
yeah. Any other doubts? Okay, so thank you so much, everyone. So for further understandings and for enrollment, you can directly connect with the Isha Training Solutions and enroll yourself. Again, tomorrow we will be having the session at the same time. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Sheetal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Then I will let me push my changes hyphen u origin feature 1. Let me push my changes. Perfect. My changes has been pushed to the GitHub. Then I will merge my changes with feature 2. Again, there is a merge con. What is happening here? Both of them are trying to make the changes. Again, this is a classic case of merge conflict. Both of them are trying to make changes in the same file. So what is recommended now? When two people are trying to change the code in the same file, Anjali and Aditya, suppose if they are in the same team, both of them have to coordinate your commits. Else this merge conflict comes, then either one of us to sacrifice the code. Clear? So for suppose if I accept the right one, that means I'm resolving the conflict here. Clear?
Okay.
Now try saying git merge feature 2. One sec. Git add sample text file 1. Git commit confirming the changes in the with respect to the file. Okay.
I think people are joining from other link because we are
Yeah, we
only
have
three.
dropped a message on a Friday, but still people are
Let
habituated.
me, yeah,
Yeah, if you can drop a message, that would be
please
great.
join from here.
Like we have changed the whole Zoom this thing. So that's the reason. We have changed
Yeah,
the whole subscription
I
plan.
also joined from that only initially.
Great. Great. Yesterday we have discussed about the maps. So any doubts? Any doubts with respect to yesterday's topics? Hmm? Clear everyone? How the values have been doubled using the replace all function?
Yeah, fine, Rahul. Yeah.
By function interface means by function, generally a function interface is used to transform the data from one form to another form. If you are confused here, don't worry. We'll be
thing, but something in, like something comes in, like during the interview when they ask
Let me discuss the topic afresh. Now, let me say git init. Perfect. Let me create a new file, sample test file 1. Then so yesterday we have discussed local repository only, and that was the story we have discussed.
I think people are joining from other link because we are
We
only
have
three.
dropped. Today we will try to understand what is a clone versus So in the last class, we were discussing about the generic concepts. The moment I said that this is my type parameter, I need not write separate methods or separate arguments or something like that.
Thing, but something in, like something comes in.
From origins. And that was the story we have discussed. Okay. So let's check with git status. We have added all the things. And that was the story we have discussed. Great. That's external so so let